Hey, what's up guys, Ramsey here, taking a look at the new Samsung Galaxy Note. It's an AT&T phone that is probably one of the most interesting phones I've seen in a while. And I'll tell you why. When you put it next to the iPhone and the iPad, this 5.3-inch screen is huge, which makes it the largest smartphone that you can buy. It's Super AMOLED, which means it's really bright and very crisp. It's running 4G on AT&T, so it's very fast in terms of internet and video download speeds and things like that. A dual-core processor, 1.5 gigahertz. However, it's only running Android 2.3, which is kind of a disappointment because Gingerbread is definitely the older version of Android, and everyone is wanting Ice Cream Sandwich. However, it is only $299 with a 2-year agreement, and a lot of the standard features are really nice. So both a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. It feels really sturdy in your hand. Phone calls are actually relatively nice, crisp and clear on the AT&T 4G network. Unfortunately, the battery heats up a bit when you've been talking on it for a while, and you just look awkward with this big of a phone next to your head. And I've got actually my iPhone here. In relative comparison, you look normal with an iPhone, but the Samsung Galaxy Note is absolutely enormous. One interesting feature on the Samsung Galaxy Note is the stylus. So they inherited this feature from their tablets, and if you go to the S-Memo application here on the phone, you can actually take notes. At first, this seems really cool because perhaps if you want to draw pictures and take notes in meetings and things like that, this seems like it could be rather interesting and nice to have. However, after using it for a while, you sort of realize that it's not better than pen and paper, and it's certainly not better than a keyboard in terms of just jotting down notes. In fact, it's sort of clumsy and it actually has a little bit of delay when you're using it. Using the stylus, you can actually hit one key here, which changes it to stylus mode. Instead of typing on the screen, I actually use the stylus to write. So if I try to write my name, you can see how it tries to translate it. But even with this test, you can see how it's not perfect. I wrote Ramsey, and maybe it's because of my bad handwriting, but I found it really frustrating just in general to write like this because I'm faster with my finger. I really like the camera on this particular phone. It's really fast, loads quick, and the 8 megapixel pictures look really good. Oh, you can see here when I take a picture how quick and responsive it is. The one thing about this phone that you first notice is how are you going to put this in your pocket? In my jeans here, you can see how it actually kind of sticks out a bit, and I feel a little unsafe putting it here and sitting down because it is just enormous in terms of the size that it takes up. Samsung clearly is trying to split the gap between a tablet and a cell phone. And I do think that if your phone is your primary computer and this is all you use to access the internet and your email and things like that, this isn't a bad option. At $299, it certainly isn't cheap, but I've got to say, in general, it is just such an awkward in-between size, and this one-size-fit-all approach, that really isn't that great. However, again, if you're someone who uses your phone as your primary computer, this is a really good option to consider.